It is believed that microplastics are making their way from small fish and zooplankton to giant marine predators through the marine food chains. Now, I would like you to just take a moment to Hi, welcome my lovely people. How have you guys been? I hope you've been taking good care of yourselves and your health. I hope you'll be eating good food also. So yeah, welcome to the Green Health channel, and I would like to just check you heads on to what I have for you today. So today we are going to be looking at microplastics and how it affects the human health. Microplastics are tiny plastic particles that are released into the environment as a result of plastic pollution. They are smaller than 5 millimeter, that is about 0.2 inch in length. There are two categories of microplastics. They have the primary and the secondary. Primary microplastics include plastic pellets, which are also called nodules, used in industrial manufacturing, microbeads found in personal care items, and plastic fibers used in synthetic textiles like nylon. The primary microplastics are directly released into the environment by a variety of means such as product use. Personal care products, for instance, being rinsed into wastewater systems by households. Inadvertent loss from spills during manufacture or transportation, or abrasion from washing if the washing synthetic textile-made garments. When bigger plastic are subjected to weathering, that is, when they are exposed to things like wave action, wind abrasion, and UV radiation from sunlight, secondary microplastics are created as a byproduct. So, what are the effects of microplastics on the environment and our health? Microplastics don't break down naturally. Thus, primary and secondary microplastics endure and accumulate once they are in the environment. Numerous settings, including freshwater and oceanic environments, have been reported to contain about 4 million to 14 million tons of plastic. Like, that is a huge amount, just a yearly amount of microplastic. That is a huge number. Microplastics also can be found in dust and other airborne fiber particles, which contribute to air pollution. Well, the consequences of breathing in microplastics on health are not sure. By 2018, microplastics had been discovered in over 114 aquatic species throughout freshwater and marine environments combined. Microplastics have been discovered embedded in the tissues and digestive systems of a variety of marine invertebrates, including crabs. Microplastics floating on water surface may be consumed by fish and birds, who may mistake the plastic particles for food. Consuming microplastic can lead to neurological and reproductive damage in aquatic species, as well as reduced food intake and energy for basic life processes. It is also believed that microplastics are making their way from small fish and zooplankton to giant marine predators through the marine food chains. Microplastics have been found in beer, food products, shellfish, and drinking water, as well as table salt. They were found in stool samples from each participant in a pilot research that included 8 people from 8 different nations. Can you imagine that? Microplastics have also been found in human tissues and organs by scientists. It was unclear how these findings might affect people's health because studies are still ongoing concerning this. Please subscribe. The question now is, do we have microplastic present in our homes? Every aspect of our life is impacted by microplastics. We contact, we come in contact with them more often than we may think because they are smaller than a grain of salt. Every year, approximately 22 million micro and nanoplastics are inhaled by humans due to their presence in food, drink, and in the atmosphere. Consequently, it has been found that our lungs and blood contain microplastics, although evidence indicates that we should be concerned about our understanding of the impact of microplastics on human health, which is still developing. Even while it's impossible to completely avoid these microscopic plastic particles, you can lessen the quantity of microplastic in your own house by making a few easy changes. Breaking the home down and into different sections. We look at the kitchen and how microplastic can be present in our kitchen and food. You might use a chopping board to finely chop the potatoes, but before chopping the potatoes, you first need to take the potatoes out of the plastic bags which they were put in from where you bought it in the market. And even as you do this, studies have shown that opening a plastic bag, to remove your potatoes, even shed some particles of microplastics into the kitchen area. And after that, slicing food also, like slicing your or chopping your potatoes on cutting boards that are made of plastic, also generates microplastics in tens of millions annually. Microplastic is produced when tiny particles are sliced in plastic boards. You presumably cook those potatoes after they were chopped, right? But how can you lessen the amount of plastic in your food? If you want to avoid purchasing food that is overly packaged in plastic, bring your own reusable bags. You can also use cast iron or stainless steel pans rather than non-stick ones while eating food. Filtering your tap water is another approach to reduce your exposure. According to a 2019 investigation, plastic fibers were found in almost 95% of US tap water samples. I know the question going on in your mind right now is the water from my tap safe to drink? I think you need to find out. And if there's no way for you to be sure whether the water is safe or not, you can try filtering it or boil it. I think that is the most easy method that you can use, or let's say the easiest method, pardon me, that you can use to make sure or ensure that your water is safe for drinking. No soaking bathroom products. The 2015 Microbead Free Waters Act prohibited rinse of cosmetics containing plastic microbeads, but it did not require manufacturers to completely stop using plastic. Microplastic is added to cosmetic goods in 90% of cases for viscosity, color, and sparkle. Approximately 100,000 plastic particles enter the sewage system after using these goods in the shower, clogging wastewater plant filters and contaminating rivers. There are other sources of plastic in the bathroom besides rinse-off items. So every year, the deodorant sector generates more than 15 million pounds of plastic garbage. Partially plastic face and baby wipes can take up to a century to break down. And every year, over 2 billion disposable razors end up in landfills. To the garment. Numerous garments are packed with plastic microfibers, which after several washings and dryings might separate in washers and dryers. Every year, over 2.2 million tons of microfibers end up in the ocean. It's advisable to separate natural textiles like cotton from synthetic materials like polyester, nylon, and acrylic. Using an unscented liquid detergent when washing synthetic materials is better because laundry powder can be abrasive. Wash full loads in cold water on shorter cycles when doing laundry. Since delicate settings use more water than other settings, it is best to avoid using them. Now, can we take a minute to imagine a world without plastic? The large amount of plastic trash in our ecosystem is ultimately the fault of plastic makers and the businesses that sell their products. To considerably reduce this plastic garbage and the microplastic it contains, both legislation such as international treaties, national laws, and state laws will be necessary. However, individual customers can still have an impact. Yeah, you can make a difference. It's our time we take responsibility for the plastic we use. And we should know that the more unaccountable we choose to be, the greater the harm we do to our environment and our own health. If the billionaires look at how much fuel is on the earth and decide to go live in Mars or wherever they choose, what about you and I? Well, as for me, this is all, and I must do my tiny little bit to make it a better place. What about you? Let me know your answer in the comment section below. Our motto henceforth should be green health is attainable. Thank you and see you in my next video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. Bye.